Nithyanandam,
Nithyanandam.
with gratitude to our Swamiji, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, we welcome you to this video today. And today I am filming from the Nithyanandeshwara Hindu Temple, Ohio, aadheenam, which is located in Columbus, Ohio. And I'm with Miguel Alvarez, who is a devotee of Swamiji for nearly 8 years. And he has a fascinating story. He's born and brought up in Ohio, and he's been doing seva at the temple for a few years now.
Yeah.
And he's even traveled to India and attended the Ujjain Kumbh Mela last year. Correct?
That's correct. I was there.
Awesome. So Miguel, the viewers are from all over the world.
Yes.
So they may be curious to know how you met Swamiji, or how did you become a disciple?
Well, I committed. Becoming a disciple was obviously in my path, but things have evolved, and
Sure.
now I understand. Wow, why I'm here, sitting here, and getting interviewed. I mean, at this very moment.
Right.
In 2009, Swamiji was in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And prior to that, I had gotten into Eastern religion and philosophy because I started reading about whether it was Buddhism or Hinduism,
Mm-hmm.
and it caught my interest.
What caught your interest, actually?
The way they, actually looking at it, is that the way they looked at themselves within and how they looked outside with the world.
Okay.
That just caught me. And reading a lot of that stuff prior to that, I go, oh, wow. It's just like I had come home.
Really. Wonderful. Yeah.
I had come home. And
Right.
so what happened is that in 2009, a friend of mine realized the space that I was in, and Swamiji had come to town and was
Yes.
speaking in Columbus.
Yes.
And she invited me, and I said, oh, why not?
Why
Let's
not?
go see this person talk.
Yes.
And he talked for 2 hours. And I just can't express, something happened that day, and I was very amazed at the way he spoke.
Right.
He just spoke. I had never seen somebody spoke without anything in front of him. No paper, no nothing. He just spoke like, I go, oh my gosh, this guy.
Yes. No preparation.
No preparation.
Notes,
He just spoke, and I can't remember exactly what he spoke about, but I was very close up front. And 6 years went by, and here I find myself at the Ohio Temple. Bodhana, who is actually the yoga teacher here, had classes for yoga, so I started to attend. And little did I realize that the temple here had a guru, and it was Swamiji, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, who I had seen maybe 6-7 years ago.
Wow, he called you back.
So he called me back, and making a long story short, I started being active with yoga, started talking to the people. And then I said I wanted to be a volunteer. And
Right.
this happened, and here I am.
Right.
Three years went by, and I'm part of the Swamiji, the satsang. That's how I look at myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Miguel is one of the most dedicated volunteers in Ohio.
Thank you.
Yeah, he does all the seva. And so you found yourself in. You've done Swamiji's programs, online here and everything.
Yes, I've done his two-way programs. I make it a point to. I've done them all, and I've really enjoyed. Oh gosh, they're just been a blessing to me.
I have a question on that. So many people, maybe they're thinking about doing the workshop at the end of August, but they may wonder, well, if I'm not going to see him in person, what's the point of doing the two-way? Like, do you feel you get, what kind of benefits do you get from seeing Swamiji on the two-way connection, or how is that for you?
Well, with the understanding, even before I went to India for Kumbh Mela, I can express it and not say that I want to see him because I've been to India and I've been in his presence.
Right.
This was even before I was seeing it. I was just interested in my enlightenment,
Right.
which brought me obviously here.
Right.
But hearing him talk and the way he spoke and the way he conducted, I don't know. It just blesses me.
Yes.
I get a lot of what he's saying
On the two-way.
on the two-way.
Right.
Even though prior to me going to India, I always look forward to hearing him talk live.
Right.
Even when in the satsangs in the evening,
Yes.
when he talks live, I just make it a point that I'm here because I get so much blessings in expanding my inner being, my understanding about life what my purpose is,
Mm-hmm.
and he expresses it in a way that it's very easy for me to understand. I mean, you know, he's an avatar. I
Yes.
realize that.
Yes.
I know that he is an enlightened individual, and he's here for one purpose,
Right.
is to enrich us all.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
what Miguel is talking about, the effects that we experience with Naina Diksha, I don't think we can say enough about it, because it's such a gift that Swamiji has given to the whole world, even though most of us are not in his physical presence. But still, there's the opportunity of Naina Diksha, which means it's important that you see the divine, yes, but it's more important that the divine sees you. And that's what Naina Diksha is. And that's available at all the centers which have a two-way video connection. Satsang is available for anyone who has internet connection. You can log in at nithyananda.tv every day at 8 a.m. IST. And you can watch on a one-way connection. You can watch on Facebook, the Paramahamsa Nithyananda webpage, or you can watch on YouTube Live at the youtube.com/Nithyananda TV YouTube site. But to have that Naina Diksha experience, which is what Miguel is talking about, which is what I love so dearly too, you know, it's literally like Swamiji is there with you, even though he's sitting in India, but you feel it's like almost tangible with the Swamiji, and he's speaking to all of us. And knowing that he can see you means a lot.
Yes.
I mean, there were days,
yes.
there used to be a time period where there were not as many centers, and Swamiji will literally call out, Los Angeles aadheenam,
I remember
Ohio
that.
aadheenam,
Oh, yes.
and
I
we would
remember
sit and
that.
be waiting
Yeah.
for Swamiji to say our city's name. Now the list is too long. He doesn't have time, and nor does everyone watching have the time to to listen to that. But it's just Swamiji's energy look in your direction, calling out the city name, calling out your name, acknowledging the presence of your city in some way.
Yes.
Even now when he says he acknowledges two-way centers,
Yeah.
we all melt. Because
Yeah,
yeah.
he expresses everybody that's involved,
Yes.
whether they're Tanadar.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does it all.
To the
all of
Yajaman,
it. Yeah.
everyone. So he has a way of making everyone feel a part of the Sangha, everyone feel connected to him, even though they may not be in his physical presence. So I wanted to emphasize that, because that's a beautiful point that Miguel brought up, in which anyone who's watching this video online, obviously you're adept to going online and logging in to watching a YouTube video, but the Nithya Satsang is basically like a daily bath, a spiritual bath. You go through your whole day with whatever comes, the ups and downs, the cognitions. Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's easy,
Yes.
sometimes it's difficult. But when you come for Nithya Satsang, and Swamiji may take on any topic, but somehow you'll feel refreshed and you'll feel relaxed and you'll feel blissful just by sitting there and being there during satsang. Whether it's live or recorded. It's actually true even if it's recorded.
You know, that's
Yeah.
right. Everything that you're saying is that's what I'm experiencing.
Right, right.
And whether it's live or not live, or
Yes.
what you call live and alive
Yes,
now, which
yes.
is, it makes no difference.
It makes no difference.
No, it's no difference.
And to be real, none of us caught it the first time, so we better be watching it the second time, the third time, fourth time. So
Yes.
that's my philosophy.
Yeah.
But now you had an amazing opportunity to go and attend and volunteer at the
Yes.
Ujjain Kumbh Mela last year. How was that? I mean, I've heard so many things. It was a pretty intense tapas for everyone who went, but I see such a transformation for those who did go. And who you were there from day one through the end, right?
Yeah.
Which is how many days? 40?
Close to 40 days. I
Wow.
was there a couple weeks before the event started, or
Right.
the Kumbh Mela started. I
So
should
you
say.
got the real Amrita from the
Oh
experience.
yeah, and the words that you're saying are a lot of these Hindu names are new to
Yes,
me,
yes.
and I'm still learning.
Sure,
but
yeah.
but I know that being in the space, I don't have to pronounce it exactly right, but it'll all come.
Yeah. Oh, Amrita just means like the nectar that
Yeah.
came from that experience, the sweetness that came as a result of that experience.
Yeah, and I experienced that there, but didn't really understand it till afterwards.
Ah, okay,
You
got
know,
it.
because it was really like, wow, you know. At the time,
Mhm.
I went and it was part of many other volunteers putting it together.
Right.
and I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Not sleeping, which being here at the temple got me used to a lot of things
Yes,
that were
yes.
going on there. So it wasn't nothing, new and like, oh, shock.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I was fine with it.
Right, right.
And so doing that for 2 weeks, it just like, I was so full of energy.
Right, right.
So full of energy.
Yes.
And it was so beautiful because I had the chance to meet people from all over the world that were in the same enlightened path, and obviously,
Yes.
being a devotee of Swamiji.
Yes, yes.
And it was so, I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000 people were there. And it
Just
was
in
so,
our camp.
yeah, just
Yeah.
in our
Yeah.
camp, Swamiji's camp, and it was so friendly.
Yes.
People were, it was just an event like that. It's hard to find everybody in harmony and everybody actually searching for the same thing,
Yes,
or
yes.
walking the same path.
Yeah, and coming
Yeah.
together to do the seva. I mean, you guys serve so many people the food, and then
Yeah.
stood in line for the energy darshan to help people in the
Yeah, and
house
I
build
got
the
to
temple.
got to hear him speak a lot, and I was part of the initiation,
Mhm.
and I want to express my most blessed time
Mhm.
there,
Sure.
in that I had never expected this because it was new to me. Where we walked up and got darshan. Is that
Yes.
what's called?
Darshan.
Because
Darshan.
the first time I went there,
Was that your first darshan?
with him live.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So two things happened. I went in front of him 4 times while I was there.
Okay.
But one of the times when I was there, I didn't know exactly what to do, but I watched people in front of me. And so, I went in front of him and said Swamiji, and he just looked at me, and he opened his arms to embrace me.
Oh wow.
And, at the time I didn't know, oh, okay. So I myself, put forth to embrace him, and he embraced me. And I go, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what a moment
Yes.
in my life to be able to obviously be in that moment where, Swamiji, the avatar, is embracing me. And I go, oh gosh,
Yeah.
And 8-9 years ago, I seen him for the
Yes.
first time.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was amazing. I think now that really was in his presence, in his energy.
Yes.
Not that I can't be in his energy here.
Right.
I realize that, but that really done something. And the initiations.
Yes.
And I am starting now to know the importance of the initiations and how everything that I got initiated
Yes.
is within me.
Right.
And I just need to be in the space to expand with every gift that he has given me.
Right. Like
Yeah.
he planted the seeds.
And
Yeah.
that's right. He had planted the seed,
Right.
and now, I'm seeing him grow.
Wonderful.
Yeah, which is like, wow. I can't find the words to express
Awesome.
what my life is about now.
Yes. So is there
Yeah.
anything else you wanted to share with the viewers? Or?
Wow. I'd say, if you have an opportunity, if, you're looking for a purpose in your life or an understanding, we have an individual that's in human form, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. And I really understand and know that he is here to help everybody in the enlightened awakened state.
Yes.
The opportunity in this day and age, in 2017, we have an opportunity to view him just like you're going to be viewing this interview. From India. He's got everything free, from videos to everything.
Yes.
But find yourself the opportunity to go see him, which really changed me, just being in his presence. So basically, that was so important to me.
Wonderful.
Being there with him.
Well, let's hope there's many more opportunities. for
Yeah.
both
I
of
know
you.
that there's many. I know that there's going to be another time
Yes.
when I'm going to be in India and I'm going to be in presence, and I know it'll happen.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Miguel.
But thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji, and thank you everyone for watching.
Yes.
And Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam.